This was in fact included in the top 50 vineyards of the world.
Isn't it Royal Challenger?
No, that's the team. The IPL.
There you go. I'm in the wrong place. Welcome to Whiskey Newspaper. I'm at Liquids outlet here in Cunningham Road, Bangalore. These look exciting. I'm with my good friend Vincent from Single Malt Amateur Club. Good to meet you once again.
Nice, how are you?
And thank you too. And Shashank, who is a partner here. Shashank, please introduce yourself to the camera.
Well, I'm one of the partners here at Liquids, which is one of the leading retail stores in Bangalore. I'm like a first generation retailer here, and it's been an exciting journey so far. Let's take us through the store and say why it is unique compared to other retail stores.
Let's do it. We're going to go through the whole store with Shashank. So here we're starting with rum. So of course, Old Monk, we've all heard of that and the various iterations we have. Some premium rums, is that right?
Premium Indian rums, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So Amrut is making this one. This is the
Kamikara from Indri.
Piccadilly Distillery, yes.
Distilleries, yeah.
Amazing. More Amrut there. Fantastic. And then more on the entry level rum.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Moving on to brandy section. So brandies, we have household names here. Some mixed stuff from the John Distillery. Got gin, vodka, rum,
Yep.
and some unpeated whiskey as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then more brandies on this scale.
So slightly premium, I would say the Morpheus compared to the everyday selling rums. Yeah.
Got it. So a bit more middle line.
Yeah,
Yep.
midline. Yeah.
So obviously entry level whiskies there. And then at the bottom, you've got your
180
quarters.
ml. Yeah, quarters. That's what they call them. Yeah.
Exceptional. So 180 mils, very popular in India. They call them quarters, and lovely, very good. Right, so let's move on to more of the mid section of whiskies in India. So loads of household names.
Yes.
Shashank, please introduce the well-known brands.
Well, the well-known brands are something like the McDowell's and the Royal Challenge.
Yep.
And the interesting thing is, you don't get a lot of 2-liter bottles. do you?
Wow.
So you don't get to see it often. And you have like other brands like your Black and White, Black Dog, Royal Stag. So these are basically something priced between 1,500 to 2,500.
Right.
So
Very popular whiskies,
Yeah.
household names. If you need it, grab it from here. Right, okay. Now we're moving on to world whiskies.
So here we have the full range of Amrit, which includes certain limited releases as well.
Yeah,
And from here we have the single malts arranged as per the region. One of the popular brands from the Highland region, Macallan.
Macallan, yeah.
Then here we have the Speyside region. We talk about Singleton,
Nice.
which is again a very popular one. Then this is for like certain people who like smoky whiskies. So this region is from the Isla region. So you have a classic one there in Bournemouth.
Exactly.
Or
Isla
even-
whiskies, yep.
Or even Lagavulin, I would say, like which the peat level is quite high. And here we have some whiskies from the US. We talk about bourbon whiskies, rye, yeah, and a Canadian whiskey as well. So basically it covers like a full range.
Nice. Evan Williams, you know, one of the big houses, of course. This is very interesting. This is actually owned by someone from...
Yeah, I mean, the owner is from Mysore who sort of settled in the US.
Wow,
and,
okay.
He's making this bourbon whiskey.
He's making bourbon whiskey out there in Tennessee.
Yes.
So lovely, lovely bottles. And I look forward to reviewing this one day.
So here we have the Japanese section, not to be forgotten, the Yamazakis and the Hibikis.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good whiskey. Okay.
And coming back to Indian, we also have the full range of Paul John here as well.
Nice.
Be it the Christmas edition, the recently released Port and Madeira cask. So yeah, I mean, you get the whole range here.
And I mean, this is a little bit limited edition, this one, the
Yeah,
Christmas one?
it comes once a year.
Once a year.
We are awaiting the 25 edition as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. Thank you. Right.
And just to let people know, the 25 edition is also going to come with peg bottles. So anyone who wants to like try and then buy,
Ah,
So that is an option for the 25 Christmas edition.
clever. I like that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So we have Diageo,
Pernod
Pernod Ricard there,
and a
and of
mixed
course,
assortment of.
yeah, exactly. And then a special shout out when I visited Indri at Piccadilly Distillery, the master blender, Mr. Surinder Kumar, gifted me this box, this whiskey. So I'll be reviewing this very soon. So fantastic. Nice. I love the. And give me. You've sectioned them out, isn't it, into the
Yes.
various
Yeah,
corners of Scotland and.
yeah. Basically, to make people like for them to make an informed choice, I
Yeah.
would say.
So
which
there's a
makes-
special shout out bottling. Please introduce.
Yeah, this is a 1 liter bottle, which you usually don't get in single malts, especially in the retail stores.
Yeah.
So the moment I came across this, I thought, let me get my hands on it.
Nice.
And the pricing is also quite reasonable for a 1 liter bottle as well.
So what is this one priced at?
It's priced at around 7,200.
7,200, 1 litre.
1 liter.
Peated single malt Scotch from
Yeah.
Tom and Tool there, which is a space side.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Sounds wonderful.
yeah.
So let's start with vodka. Vodka is a fairly big genre. You got your flavored vodkas there.
Yeah.
You got your more premium, super premium side of it. What vodkas are really popular in India?
The regular selling ones are Smirnoff. If I have to talk about something Indian made, if I have to talk about imported, I would say Absolute is the one which sells a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, but we also keep certain releases like this Roberto Cavalli. You see, the bottle design is something different as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we keep like a whole assortment in general in for vodkas.
Beautiful. So yeah, vodka there.
And we have a vodka recently from Ukraine.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Very classy, elegant bottle.
And you usually don't get this size. This is a 350 ml.
350 ml.
Yeah.
1850 rupees. Wow. I like the bottle. Very nice. Flavored vodkas as well. And then you got your smaller
yeah.
bottles, which is great. You know,
Yeah.
you want to try a vodka out, get the smaller bottles. Okay, now progressing into gin. I notice you've got the flags at the top there. What's the inspiration behind those?
Well, I wanted the sections to be unique, not just like normal sections. And those are basically either regions from which they originate or the prominent regions where they're made from.
Okay, yeah.
So not many people know that gin apparently originated from Netherlands.
Wow.
So that's the reason I have the Netherlands flag.
Second, so we've got Indian gins,
Yeah.
Samsara, Jaisalmer, of course, Greater Than Gin, which I'm sure a lot of you guys would have tried. And I'll be speaking to one of the ambassadors of Greater Than Gin very soon, so that will be exciting. Habusha as well. Beautiful.
You want to see this?
Yeah, special shout out to this this one here.
This was marketed as, or this was known as India's first cocktail gin.
Wow.
You don't have to do anything, just drink it neat. No mixer, no gin and tonic. You have a sachet inside, which you can put on the rim of the glass and have it. So it actually feels like you're tasting a guava.
Oh,
So that is
Excellent.
what is like special about this particular gin.
that's stunning. That's stunning. And yeah, we can just zoom in close up there. Really, really lovely. Nice concept. And now into white rums. So Bacardi, massive name. Malibu, delicious. Liqueurs there. What sort of white rums sell really well in India?
If I have to say, the popular one has to be Bacardi,
Yeah.
which sells. But we also have one from Cuba as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and similar a white rum with coconut liqueur, which is Cabo, which comes from Goa, similar to Malibu.
Damn,
Yeah.
that looks good. And of course, special shout out Amruth once again to the white rum that they make. That looks really, really nice.
Liqueur has a market because like Indian people generally tend to have a little bit on the sweeter side, so they can actually have this as a dessert after any meal, or
Wow.
so that's how it can be consumed. This is something interesting that we've got, which is India's first absinthe.
Wow.
This is a coffee flavored absinthe,
That looks really good.
having an ABV of like close to 49%.
49%. So now we're progressing into tequila. Okay. So tequila again, some really big household names. I'll let you introduce.
Yeah, you have the Don Julio here, which is quite well known from the house of Diageo. Then the 1800, again a family owned tequila as well.
Okay.
They again like come with different expressions in silver, gold, and the reposado. We also have the aneo as well, which can be consumed neat, like how you drink like single malts or anything of that sort. You don't need a
Nice.
mixture.
Fantastic.
So yeah, this is something like for, I can say, the premium consumers.
Definitely enters into the premium category. Cool.
Yeah. So we have basically categorized the wines as per their regions. Like, let me make it easy in layman's term. What I mean by old world wines is basically wines coming from European countries where the regulations and where they follow certain laws when they make wines. So that is one of the reasons why they're called old world wines.
Nice.
Yeah. And so here you have mainly wines from Italy and France.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Here you have the sparkling wines, the wines with a bit of a fizz.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you got your Brutes, your Cava,
Yeah.
Prosecco, champagne, of course.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What champagne have you got here? Have you got one by any chance? Yes. Moet Chandon. You got Nicholas. I can never say this one. Wait.
Okay.
Someone teach me how to say that.
Well, we have quite an expensive one at the beginning as well.
At the beginning.
It's from the House of Moet. So here we have the Indian wine section, which is like growing, I would say, right now. So what we have done here is arrange them as per the vineyards they fall into, so that the consumers have an easy access. They don't have to like keep figuring out, okay, which wine is placed there.
Okay.
And we've also tried to arrange it as per the price.
So somebody comes into the store, they want to try a wine, they don't know much about it.
Yeah.
How would you break this down, Indian wines, into the sections, various sections?
Yeah, I mean, you have something like an everyday drinking wine, which we sort of have it here below. Then you have, I would say, slightly on like around 1,000 rupees, like
Wow.
on the mid range.
Mid.
Then we also have certain premium wines like this from Fratelli or the Sula Rasa, which these fall under like 2,000 plus range.
Wow. 2,000.
I would.
Yeah.
This one is very interesting because this was in fact included in the top 50 vineyards of the world.
Damn.
Krisma.
Lovely bottle.
And it's made in Karnataka.
Krisma.
In Hampi.
Cabernet Sauvignon, 2018 there. And 2,500 rupees, I mean, that's decent. I mean,
Yeah,
if
you
you're...
can sort of make like with the gauge of the bottle, like they're very much into focusing on the quality of the wines.
Yeah, you're pouring the wines out there.
Yeah.
Excellent presentation. I'll definitely sample this one day at dinner.
Going on here, we have just a small section where all the sweeter style of wines have been arranged, starting from your Moscatos to the sherries.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So generally, a lot of people come asking, "Do you have sweeter wines?" So to make the job easier, arranged it in this particular way.
Sweet wines.
And these are wines which are slightly on the expensive side, starting from around 5,000. This is ideal for people who want to gift or who have a taste in trying premium wines.
Yeah, yeah. As we say, fine wines. So Chocolate Block, very popular in England, in the West, I guess. And of course...
Something from the Napa Valley as well.
Napa Valley. Wow, that's a lovely bottle there. The New World Wines. Now, Shashank has put a lot of thought into how he's presented this and the information that he's got there. So, Shashank, please explain what we have here and a little bit of a breakdown of what this information is.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about New World wines, you're basically referring to wines that are produced out of countries outside Europe.
Outside Europe.
Outside Europe. And so this is almost the entire section. And what we have done here is we have arranged country-wise. And here we have also mentioned the popular regions in those countries. So that if someone, like let's say, is looking at a bottle and, for example, this comes from Marlborough and that is mentioned here.
Fantastic.
And similarly, I can say for Argentina, it comes from the Mendoza region. Why it is important is because these kind of countries then like not very popular with Indian consumers. They generally prefer Australian wines, Italian wines.
Okay.
So, for them to like try.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they also know that it's coming from one of those top regions.
So there you go. There are regions that you need to discover, By all means, Australian wines and things that you're used to, have them. But try something new. Someone like Shashank will help you and guide you into some new genre. And he's taken the effort, Barossa Valley, Adelaide Hills, he's taken the effort to break down the individual areas within these countries. And it's really something that you should discover. Fantastic. I love it. So guys, I couldn't walk past this without a mention. This is a wine chiller. Fantastic. And just tell us one feature. You mentioned if somebody's buying a wine, they can ask you to chill it.
Yeah, they can ask us to refrigerate if they have, like, what wine do they have in their mind. And if they plan to collect it an hour later, then we can chill the wine and give it to them. So that is the purpose, one of the purpose of keeping the wine chiller. And wines need to be consumed chill for Indian temperature. The temperature that they mentioned is for like countries like France and Italy. So, I mean, that is something that I would suggest people, like whenever you're having wines in India, it's better to chill, whether it's red or white.
Good advice. Yes, because your room temperature is going to be maybe mid-20s.
Yeah.
Our room temperature is like 16 or 18, or whatever. It'll be a lot cooler. So now we're at the beer section. Shashank, this is really exciting. These are, again, household names. Please introduce the main beers that you sell in this shop.
You talk about like Kingfisher Strong and Premium. You have like a wide assortment. You talk about Ultra. You're catering to basically different kind of consumers, even in these sections. You have the Heineken as well, which has come out recently with the silver edition. And then you have a range of Budweiser here, which recently acquired Ogarden, and you have different flavors from there.
Good.
And you have the House of Bira, which was like the first Indian craft beer that sort of came into the market.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
2016.
Okay. 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
That's a lot of history.
Here we have some beers from Bangalore, Geist, which is a craft beer. Very nice beers that come from a brewery.
Nice. And I'll just you're recommending that I pay them a visit one day.
Yes, definitely.
I'll definitely give that a look into. Wonderful, lovely presentation.
And then we have a few imported beers here, like Cooper's from Australia.
And so into the last section, the premium end of spirits here. Shashank, please introduce what we have in this section.
Well, you have a lot of limited releases, some limited releases, and also bottles which you can sort of say as collector's edition as well.
Yeah.
Something like this, which has a different shape and design.
Nice.
Then this is a champagne that I was mentioning about from the house of Moët.
Ace of Spades, is it?
It's called Amand de Brignac.
Okay, Ace of Spades is something else. You can tell I don't drink much bubbly. I've seen this many, many times. Okay, wonderful. Let's get this over here.
It's something like this, interesting. A collector's edition, like the Mayan calendar that...
Wow. So this is a...
tequila.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Beautiful, stunning bottle there. Fantastic, okay. And then you mentioned at the end here you got...
yeah, we have certain Japanese drinks as well, like sojus. Soju. We have like flavored sojus. And these are meads. These are made by fermenting honey with different spices.
No way.
This is supposed to, I think historically it is supposed to be the drink of the royals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Apple cider mead. Got to try that one day. Well, there you go. So guys, we'll end that segment there. That shows what the store has, and I really hope you pay this place a visit. Now, part 2, we're going to talk closer with Shashank, find out more about him, and of course my good friend Vincent. So join me for part 2. So guys, this is part 2. We've done a tour of the shop. Now, I want to get to know Shashank a little bit better. Shashank, so first off again, so nice to meet you.
Same here.
Tell the audience who you are, what is your background, and you know how this place basically came about.
Well, I'm basically from Bangalore itself. Never thought I'll get into business. I'm working with a corporate firm, and it so happened that my family and the friends decided to get into this business, and for me it was like, okay, how am I going to manage this initially? Like, because this is all new to me.
Wow.
And then I had to learn and unlearn a lot of things, because when you're in the business, you know, it's so many things that you need to like keep in mind as well.
Absolutely. Were you a drinker? Did you have an interest in, say, whiskey before, or did it start when you
Well,
joined the business?
actually, to be honest, I was never into drinks, and I'm more of a foodie, I would say.
A foodie.
Like to try more experiment with different kinds of like cuisines. To be honest, I would say the only brands that I would probably be aware of when I got into this business would be maybe like Black Label or Shivers,
Yeah.
or Glenfiddich.
Absolutely.
Nothing more than that. I didn't even have idea of like which Indian wines are there, because I didn't feel the need to know. So, but once I got into it, I always wanted to like see how to improve the business. What is going to be the USP for the store? And that all took a bit of time to understand, but it has helped me in like sustaining for a reasonable amount of time. Like, it's been 7 years since the store has
7 years. Wow.
opened.
So talking of USP, why should the average person in Bangalore, in CBD, which is the central
Business district.
business district, why should they come here as opposed to, say, another store nearby?
Well, it's mainly for the experience, I would say. We also have different, as we've seen, like we have a lot of different collections as well, being it from limited releases, or being it from the top distilleries, or anything of that sort. So, and we have like different bits of information, because it's a very customer centric focused outlet, which I would say is not the case in most of the retail stores that at least I've seen. So we put the consumer first and suggest them as per their needs.
Nice.
So that is why whatever information I've done is keeping the consumer in mind, and how to make it simple for them,
Beautiful,
so
beautiful.
that they come back again.
I agree. And we do have a repeat customer. So Vincent, again,
Deep,
hello. Hello, Vincent. So we obviously met at the,
go on
the weekend.
masterclass.
So Single Malt Amateur Club. Again, the videos are there. At some point, do check them out. And so, Vincent, what I would like you to do is, you know, to introduce yourself and tell me, why do you shop at this store? What stands out most for you?
Right. Thanks, Hardeep. Well, I'm more of a whiskey person, a single malt aficionado, if you can call me one. I met Shashank at one of these sipping sessions, tasting sessions, and then visited the store once I figured out what he was doing. And this place has a heart and a soul,
Wow.
which is missing in most of the other stores, because you come in here, you come in here to buy liquor, yes, but the moment you step in and look around and see the information which is flowing around, and then you find that this is no ordinary liquor retail store. The owner is also very different. He's got his mind in the right space. He's also learnt it in recent years. 7 years is not a very long time, but you can see how well that knowledge has been put in here, because he gets limited editions released here. He gets select distilleries to give him information. He's connected with the industry, and best of all, there is a call when there is something important, very limited, that hey, this is available here. You want to come? Shashank's a cut above the rest very easily. Liquids is a cut above the rest. It's a small 2,000 square feet space, but if you can look around, you've seen that it's stocked to the brim. There are larger stores, but this place has a soul, which is
Absolutely.
missing in larger spaces.
And for me, what I would say, and sorry to interrupt you, you know, it's organized, it's clean, it's segmented. Why wouldn't you want to buy from a place that's organized like this?
Oh, that's been the
You know?
problem for me, Hardeep, because I come here for one or two and end up with much more. I'm like a kid in a candy store here.
Well, it's good news for business, of course. And just finally, Vincent, what got you into spirits in the first place? We're going back a little bit here.
Spirits, well, there is a recent interview of me in Smack.
Oh, okay.
I was perhaps the first and the only person in my family who is into spirits.
Wow.
I just enjoy them, particularly single malts. It's an education which never seems to end. It's about tasting. I make a difference between tasting and drinking. It's more of tasting and less of drinking.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. Drink less but better quality, which is the motto that I'm pushing out. And Shashank, final words. What's your vision with the store, and what are you trying to achieve in the coming, say, decade or two?
Well, if you want to be sustainable, you always need to keep innovating, is
Yes.
what I believe.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always like, what should I do that makes it like easier for the consumer? So that is what I keep thinking about. And I would say, like, now, as you see, the number of Indian brands that are making waves, like, in the world,
Yeah.
I would say, like, people in India should be able to consume more premium drinks, and the way you're going to achieve that is through awareness. I would
Yes.
say. So how much aware you're going to make them of the brands will help in them shifting to another category. So
100%. 100%.
so yeah, I think like any bit of small information would be helpful is what I believe. And I would also like to add a shout out to whiskey clubs like SMAC and Ram Club, because they also help in the learning and also help like meeting like-minded people as well. So
Good
it's a
community
good
which is
connect.
growing.
Yeah. So that's how the Indian scenario is. You have a lot of youngsters nowadays who are willing to experiment, especially when you talk about the Bangalore crowd, which is good.
Wow.
They want to try gins, they want to try tequilas. Now you have people like trying limited edition whiskies. So that's how the scenario is changing,
Correct.
and I think we need to adapt to that to be a cut above the rest.
Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I've showed what the store has and why you need to be shopping here. And all I'm going to say is, gents, thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Pleasure.
And mine. And thank you guys for watching. So guys, thank you for watching this far. We have a little bonus feature. This store has received an award. Shashank is going to introduce it.
This is a very proud recognition that Liquids has received. It was the first ever time that a retail awards has been conducted across Pan India. So we were included in the top 100 retailers across India, and in the city wise in Bangalore, we have been voted number 6 in the top 15 retailers in Bangalore.
Wow, exceptional. And you were 6th on the list.
Yes.
Which
we
is
were-
an incredible achievement.
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. And well, Shashank, once again, thank you for allowing me to be at your store, seeing around. I've learned a
pleasure.
lot. Any final words for the kind audience?
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the experience, and hope to see more people here. If you want recommendations related to different kinds of spirits, we are always there to help you out.